Well, hello, Virgo. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, be sure you click that subscribe button and ring the bell out beside it. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, be sure to give us that big thumbs up, like, share, and comment down below. Also, to those of you who've sown donations into this channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have 4 new decks on their way from Scotland because of it. I'm excited and hope they make it into next week's readings. If they don't, we'll hopefully see in the week after. So, as you can see, I'm kind of rosy. Got my little glow going on. I've been out at the ocean today, enjoying the beautiful turquoise waters. Got back, got myself a little zhuzhed up for you. Still a little salty down below, but here we go. Virgo, in the splits and the cuts, what I saw going on is you were talking about a new venture, but they're showing up an old karmic bond, like past life type energy, and it is sniffing around in your destiny. And you said you know it's there, but you don't know what to do about it. That's where this is coming in. I don't do inversions in the deck, so when they show up, they are here to speak. And that is at the top of the spread we do not have yet. So let's get these cards going for you guys for Virgo. All right. 4 more, please. How have you been? Okay, they're coming. They're coming. We're finding out what to do, right? Lots of change in the air for you, Virgo. I'm really excited to see you guys taking some time to build your world, to build your castle, to nurture yourself, and begin to share with the world who you are. Not just what you can do and what you're here for, but your meaning as well. And you know, as this channel, that's what it's about. And that gets me really excited to have each person living their best life. This must be the mascot of the entire deck. This friend loves to come out a lot, but it is also working in the 2020 energy that we have. I need one more card for you guys. Alrighty. So give me just a second to take these in. So your question was what to do about that old karmic bond that's like sniffing around in your destiny. First of all, let's take a closer look at this Ace of Swords, your question coming in. Being on your head, you don't know what to do. You're not just bound up, but your mind is upside down. This is kind of like a forced hangman. And that's letting me know you came in this world, in this generation, to take care of that and to clean it up. Your wings are free. So you could take off and take flight. There's some synergy going on down below. It's like your spirit is bound. What is your spirit? Okay, so let's find out what is Virgo's spirit bound to here. What are you bound to in the past? Yikes. Jump in, came in like this. So it's definitely earthy, even though it's your spirit. Spirit of the earth. Okay. So, yeah. And then this one, reflection, came in. And when it comes in like this instead of like this is like wanting to take a good, hard look at yourself. So what I see here is there were things of the magical, mystical origin, deep, dark, sometimes dirty things like that. And the reason we don't explore it, and if y'all hear things banging, we've got a storm afoot, and I'm quite excited about it. Wanting to delve into those energies for fear of what they are. But, you know, there's been a mindset in our generation of the good and the bad, the black and the white, the right and the wrong, you know, the logic, the halves of our brain competing with each other. And he said, that's why I am here. I am here to unionize your power and to get you moving, to get that lightning strike moving and charging up your tree of life. So you're needing to draw that earth energy up. Can you see this solar plexus going on? The thing about you having been bound that's going to deal with that destiny coming in, is binding you up is what has made your wings pop out. That's why they weren't bound. It is what is making your fire in your belly kindle. And that's fantastic because you being an earth sign or having that earthiness for whatever reason you're here with Virgo, it's creating that fire, and fire feeds earth, fire nourishes earth. So underneath it, and this jump in, by the way, those are cosmic things beginning to happen, taking things from potential and putting them into actual, making them unionize, causing the brain to work together in conjunction with yourself, for yourself, not against yourself. So underneath the jump in, what we have trying to instill and like stoke the furnace of your belly is the Fool. And oh, you do not like being a fool. No, not at all. But do you like being this fool? This is a good fool to be, right? Look at that. You might have the mask on, and that's because you don't want anybody to know this about you. There's a little bit of hidden energy, and that has to do with the stigma of things being dark, of things being off color or too vibrant, or you're saying maybe out of place, out of time. There's lots of Leo energy going on in this, and is the divining of the dragons, that Kundalini, passion, fire. Take a closer look. This is about being bold and taking action. You know, moving the energy around you, stirring up who you are, that amness that we talk about here. You're like creating this motion. It's not chaos at all. You're working the divine order that you came with. Okay. So let's find out, what deck do I want to see? All right. Over here, okay. We're going to get an oracle on that. What's a bit of this divine order that Virgo is stirring up here? What to do. And they're talking about resurrect. That's the best thing to do, is shed that old. Just pass out of this life. You can see the bindings are kind of loose, but you're like, what do I do with these wings? Well, just as a butterfly, you have to lay those eggs, okay? And then die. Trust the new generation. And that death is a ugly death. It's a fugly death. It's like, I don't wanna. And it's about starting fresh and new mindset, and it can be a reiteration of what is before, because just like the butterfly, it will start as the egg hatches, it becomes the caterpillar that eats the parsley or whichever kind of butterfly you have coming in. Then it sheds and sheds and sheds and sheds, and then eventually it goes into the chrysalis and becomes the butterfly. You will get a new set of wings, don't you worry. Okay. So the thing about the Fool is number 46, the thinking man. You hold the power in your hands, the power to manifest order and connection. It's going to come in clearly. So some of what it is that you're letting go of, the card didn't come back up. So that's why it's not here unless it's at the bottom of the deck. No. You're shedding fear. You're shedding fear of what others will think. That's what the Fool is letting us know. Okay? And you're concerned about your vision, about your unification, body, mind, and soul, getting on the same page with yourself completely through all the channels and this divine order, and pulling it up from the depths, even beyond what people have ever seen or what they could even believe about you. And it's beginning to manifest. Now, off to the right of this, we have the Eight of Cups. Shield yourself. Keep your mind, keep yourself protected. This has to do with, you can talk about walking away, but here it is standing your ground and is shrouding yourself in the strength. Remember how he said just die? This was you. You were that lion. You were strong to get through this. This is what your spirit looked like. This was your body. So dying in that Leo season, dying in the lion's gate, and here you are, holding steadfast and strong, committed to the star that you are, committed to your dreams, looking into the depths of your very soul. Look at that. Look at her eyes. And it's that gazing upon yourself. Okay, that's what you're talking about now, because she's actually coming in under reflection. Believing in yourself, standing your ground, because you're like, I am pressing in to the Nine of Cups. Yeah, buddy, you better believe it. That's what you're saying here. And that 8 is that the building of energy, going beyond where you've been. You've had your energy returned to you, like in the butterfly, right? So now you get your wings back. Now you know who you are. Now you're walking forward in it, and you're standing in your strength and in your courage. For what? For what? Let's get a little bit more about this. Nope, I want one of these. Okay. For what? Hello. Okay, guys, look. For the thinking woman. Some of you are wanting some divine connection going on here, right? We're talking about a little bit of fun. This one's been waiting, ready, preparing. For a long time. And that butterfly's not actually there. This is a symbol of hope and waiting, that you would come, that you would make it, that you would find it worthwhile to like grow your own grass, to make your own lawn fine, right? And develop a friendliness with yourself, a fondness of yourself, in order to like demonstrate your wisdom and knowledge. Except here is the attachment. Okay, here is that karmic bond, number 5. It is that mask. Just like in the butterfly, you had a bit of the mask on, wanting to seem carefree when really you're deep and you're passionate, wanting to seem, okay, we're going there, all innocent and pure, when you're fiery and passionate. I mean, hello, you see that fire in your belly? You see that going on? You see the little extension going on here, that action, that divine action going on, the dragons rearing up. So it talks about downplaying yourself, downplaying who you are, like stuffing down type of downplay. And next to that, we have the Knight of Wands coming in. And he's like, I told you so. I told you so. And that's what has been getting to you, is like old words, old ways, old paths, old mindsets, keeping you hemmed in to patterns of behavior. And that's not what he's saying. He's reiterating what you've been saying. And he wants you to step into the light, the illumination, to see your own beauty, to see your value, to see who you are, that you're worth it, that you've been worth waiting for, that there are those out there who get you, to step up to the plate. You are being served. You're here to serve and to share and to love, but not just serving others and what they're about, serving others what you're about, sharing yourself. So underneath it, this came from the bottom of the deck over here. Look. This is you healed. This is you seeing the truth. This is you taking off this mask here, that attachment, that fear, that I told you so. I don't know who said that to you or why you say it to yourself, but like, I just want to cut it off, right? But see the reiteration, greening up, growing your own grass, not going out chasing after anything but cultivating who you are. To me, the white wolf is the healed wound. It's no longer a wound, and now it's a spirit guide come along to assist you and to not play mania on your mind, okay? So, taking a leap over to the other side of the Fool, we have the Hanged Man. Remember, that's how you came in. It was more of that question, but here, this is like a garden. It is a bounty. This is you resting. This very much has dragonfly energy in it. Another form of regeneration, of learning to, it's not just take flight, but how to flourish in a different environment, okay? Because they begin underwater and then they make their way to the air. So taking your feelings and converting them into thought or into word, being clear with your communication, that's what you're stirring up here. You're striking the air, you're striking the band, you're stirring things up in a beautiful way. Okay, so I've already moved the attachment out, if you're wondering. Let's get a card on the Hanged Man over here, the dragonfly energy for Virgo. That's it. Okay, strategy 21. Getting on the same page with yourself. That's how you know. It's like you know what to do. Now map it out and then implement it stepwise. Look at the big picture. Look at the divinity in it. Seek your guidance. And you're talking about texts again. You see, there's a stack of books behind the wording here and in your hand. And here's the scrolls, so ancient texts, Akashic records, that type of thing. Things written in the stars. It's almost like they're like promissory notes. It's that the moment you acknowledge it and recognize it, you know it's being done for you. That is your part. Your part is staying in connection with yourself. You're staying on the same page, walking it through, being in divine conversation with your spirit that has come down, okay, to deliver you from this. And that then, remember, swoop is rising up to meet you. Some of you, you might want to, like divine writing, when you first wake in the morning, or keep a tablet by your bed at night. And if you get disturbed, or if you awaken, or even before you go to sleep and you have a busy mind, just start writing. Free flow writing. Not any driven purpose, not any list. Just start going and make it flow. Make it flow. And in there, you could look at the next morning. You can begin to underline or highlight it's almost like code that's buried in there that are little bits of wisdom that didn't make sense in the big spiel, in the bigger picture, but when it begins to illuminate itself and be underlined or highlighted, that's when it starts to make sense, okay? And that turns the key to unlock the magic of you. This is very much the season of now, is what you're talking about here, the season of tapping into your own flow to receive your harvest, to bless our world with your resurrection power. Because if you're talking about transformation, regeneration, I mean, you had both cards show up side by side, but actually they're like this, okay? So here, you're a magic fool. You're a fool unto life. You are the one who trusts and believes. And here you're surrendered to going into your emotions in order to bring it up into our world to teach us. Okay? So, as you begin to overflow in this energy and in that wisdom, it spills out into our world. That's why it has seemed perplexing. And generally, anytime that I've seen like past life karma, that type of stuff, it is to create such a stress that it begins to illuminate our solar plexus, our sun, our soul seat, to bring forth our seed, to bring forth our generation and new generation onto this planet, and cause us that when the restraints come off, when we are released from this energy, that then the overflow and abundance are here. Here, you're here by choice. And you also need to know there's one standing there with you, okay? There's one standing behind you. You have support. You have support, you have nourishment, and you have divine confidence, Virgo. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's get one more card under this divine confidence. Oh, there's Chiron in your belly. So you're healing your wound, which I mean, it totally made sense because that's why it showed up over here. But not only did it show up over here, it showed up under this. Remember that I told you so coming in to be like, yes, you can. You can do it. And then it'll be that, I told you so. I knew you could. Yes, you can. That kind of energy coming in over here. Look. Can you see the Chiron on your belly? All right. So here is the fear. It has finally shown up. It's number 13. You're going to have to get creative about it. But there's a hidden resource. It's not much to begin with. But do that bit of journaling, do that bit of like poetry or whatever it is. Get in a flow. Just like these videos, I go back and I listen to them because while I'm talking, I can't listen fully. And I go back and I gain guidance and wisdom from these as well, from all of them, because we're actually all the zodiacs. Even where we don't have placements, it is the eye of God. It is how we are brought together and become the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So look in an empty house. Look and see if you have an empty house, Virgo, okay, on your chart. It might not seem like much, but there's some hidden wisdom there. There's that little nugget of truth, that little thing that's going to resonate with you, that is going to break off this deadly curse. And by deadly, it means going to the grave with you. Like, remember wrapping yourself in courage? Not just your own fortitude coming along, because remember that unicorn just showed us, Chiron just showed us that you have one standing beside you, standing with you. Now, I think I have 2 videos on Chiron. I might have one. Maybe that's a good place to look. But if not, look in that empty house. That's what you're talking about here. Okay? Let's see if there's I switched places with the unicorn. Is there anything else for Virgo about this Chiron, this empty house wisdom? That's a lot. That's a lot. Get to it. All right. You already know a lot more than you give yourself credit for. That is obvious. Take a good look at yourself. Remember the reflection? Take a good look at yourself. It's almost like you couldn't see how amazing you were in this past life, because remember this bondage, right? How amazing you were until you look in the mirror, until you begin to give yourself credit, until you begin to feed your soul with good words, with life of, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it. You can succeed. Things like that. Okay. And get cozy. This is definitely exactly what it's saying. It's like snuggle in, get comfortable. You've got a long ways to go, and not long like long, meaning this is a new facet of life for you. This is when you switch from being the butterfly to the one who brings resurrection power, okay? No longer the example, but the writer, the writer, the writer. And then it comes in inverted gates. When you speak, when you write, you create. You open gates. So, like, this is kind of like heaven, universe, cosmos bringing energy in. But when you speak and when you write, you're responding out, and there's that full connection. It's like a party. He keeps talking about writing. Right, Virgo, right. Yes, you can. You can do it. Right, Virgo, right. Out of your abundance, out of your overflow, out of your heart. Out of your heart, out of your body, mind, and soul. That's why it was thinking. It's talking about words. Both the potential and the actual. This is a potential waiting, and the actual, you could call it divine masculine, divine feminine, however y'all roll. Oh, my nose is itching like crazy. But here it's potential and actual. And then what that does is this. You see that? It calms the chaos. It takes it from this unseemingly energy into bonds of unity, not bondage. Okay? It takes you out of that lateral energy and puts you into traveling energy, connection. Your tree of life starts moving. All right. Well, it's strange for a storm to be stirring, for it to just seem so low-key sitting here with you guys. But I love it. I'm excited for you, Virgo. Hey, leave some comments about what you're writing, about how this spontaneous journaling is helping you and the clues that you're picking up. I'd love to know. Well, this is Joy. Bye.